Hey, what's up? I'm Jesse Lee. I'm from Hamilton, Ontario. I play guitar in Scabs and Constrain. My main influences growing up for music were a lot of like 80s hard rock and heavy metal stuff. My parents were like 80s headbangers, you know. So I grew up on a lot of Motley Crue, Kiss, Van Halen, stuff like that, you know, the good 80s stuff. So what got me into punk metal and hardcore with the punk stuff? A lot of the guys my dad grew up with were into Suicidal. You know, he used to party with the guys from Teenage Head, stuff like that. You know, for punk, that's mainly where I got into it. I also, when I was a little bit older, I was about 16. I had a buddy show me NoFX, and the lyrics just really resonated with me. I always felt really closely connected to that band. For metal, I was a young kid, got into Metallica, you know, all the old 80s thrash stuff, the big four, you know. Yeah. Hardcore came a bit later. Hardcore was when I was about, 18, 19. I checked out like the bands like Knock Loose, Jesus Peace, you know, it came a lot later. But yeah, I think that's pretty much how I got into it. Yeah, so my first concert, I think, was Motley Crue. It was about 2006. I was in like 10. I think I was about 10 years old. My mom brought me out to see Motley Crue. It was fucking crazy, awesome experience. She said she felt like a bad mom after because it smelled so much like pot. But yeah, no, it was a crazy experience for such a young kid to see something like that. And I was just hooked after that. First metal, hardcore kind of show I went to, again, my mom brought me out to Slipknot. She knew I was like 11 or 12 at the time, and she knew that was like the band that I was really into. Yeah. So she surprised me with tickets. Oh, that's cool. And when we went to go print out the tickets, our printer stopped working. So we couldn't print out the tickets. So my mom called up her friend who happened to be getting a tattoo at a tattoo shop, and the lady at the tattoo shop let us print out the tickets there. Oh, cool. And then we drove out to Toronto, and we both had an amazing time. It was awesome. So yeah, that was probably my first ever like experience with live heavy metal music.
Nice.
Alright, so some of my favorite shows that I've seen throughout the years is the very first Still Numb show, wearing the shirt. That was just such a cool experience. They played at Kill Room. It was just, everybody was just super hyped up. It was just a great experience. There's so much energy in the room. Another one would be Suicidal Tendencies. I bought tickets for all my friends who had never been a part of anything like that before, and a ticket for my dad, who used to see them back in the day a lot. And we all went out. We had an amazing time. You know, everyone was crowd surfing and moshing. It was just so much fun. I think those two are like the pinnacle for me. I think those two were like my favorite shows that I've seen so far. Alright, so I think the craziest thing that's ever happened at this show, one time my band Scabs was playing at the Doors. We were playing, it was a mediocre crowd, you know, there's probably about 40 people there. We're playing, and I look over at my guitarist, Eamon, and he's smiling. He's just got the biggest smirk on his face. And I'm like, what is he all smiley about? I look over into the mosh pit. There's a guy sitting down in the mosh pit, pulling his pants and his shirt off. He gets fully naked. I'm talking fully butt naked, dick out, hanging all over the place. He's dancing around in the mosh pit naked. Everyone disperses, of course. And then, I'm like, man, whatever. I keep playing. Next thing I know, this kid's sitting in the corner like this, rocking back and forth. He was clearly on some kind of drugs. But yeah, that's probably the craziest thing. Someone got fully naked at a Scabs Off show. And that was our first ever headline show as well. Very cool. I hope more people get naked at our shows. Past and current bands. So the first ever actual band I was in, I was about 15 years old, about 2009. and it was a band called Short Attention. We got the name because we all had fucking ADHD. We'd always forget things, you know, we're little kids. It was fun. You know, we used to practice every week at our guitarist house in Ancaster. We'd stay the night, get drunk, you know, this normal stuff you do when you're a young kid. You know, so we did that, and then shortly thereafter, we broke up due to some personal issues, whatever. It was a good band though. We played alternative hard rock kind of stuff. Then a few years later, I joined or started a band called Quinn, Kwyn, terrible band name. It was supposed to be like a math rock emo band, but we ended up just playing a bunch of covers of punk songs. And then I joined Scabs off in about 2018, and in 2020 started Constrain with Cinco. So I think what I like the most about being a musician, especially in like the hardcore metal and punk scene, is just the community, the feeling that you're a part of something that's bigger than yourself, with a collective of other people that also are all just super in love with the kind of music that everyone's playing. I think that's the most important thing for me, and the thing that I like the most about it. As for dislike, what I dislike the most, moving gear. I just fucking hate moving gear in and out of venues all the time. I hate it. I'm look at my little arms. You know, I hate moving gear. But that's really it. Honestly, I like a lot more about it than I dislike. Favorite food, Oreos. Oreos and milk. Any kind of cookies, really, but specifically Oreos and milk. Solid, man. Throw on a movie, you know, it's a winter night, got some Oreos and some milk, you're cruising. Most useless talent. So this needs a little bit of a backstory. So back in the day when I was about 14, I was really into like YouTube gaming crap, and I got really good at quick scoping with the sniper in Call of Duty. And I used to make like montage videos with my buddies of like all our crazy kills and stuff, and we all got really good at it at one point. But I think that's probably my most useless talent, you know, is just killing kids on Call of Duty. That's probably it. I just wanted to say a special thanks to Steve from Stronger Than Ever Videos for having me. I'm really excited about getting to see this interview, and for all of you to see it.
Cheers.
Cheers, buddy.
Thank you.
Let's to the next one.
Want to promote some of that? Anything?
Yeah, Constrain has new music coming out very soon. We got a split with another band, which is still a secret. We have a song featuring the singer from The Fall of Troy, Thomas Eric. That's going to be really cool. I'm really excited about it, and I hope you guys are too.